keep it separate for the economy in both countries and not mix it with the political situation.
Import-export companies along the border are hoping President Trump or Congress can find a way to keep the border open. Good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Kimberly Hunt. President Trump is asking for an immigration deal or for Mexico to stop the migrants from moving north. And new at 11 o'clock, our 10 News reporter Laura Acevedo spoke to several companies who say the commercial lines are already being impacted.
CBP officials announced today they are reducing the commercial lanes here at Otay from 10 to 8, and companies along the border say they're watching the president's every move.
It's starting to be like an antsy situation with many of the customers.
Maria Pedro Arena is the director of operations for Atlas Trade and Forwarding. The company moves raw goods into Mexico and finished products back into the United States.
It goes from electronic to food to some assembly parts for irrigation.
It's business as usual for the employees, but for her, it's uncertainty.
I had customers approaching and saying, can we get some warehousing space in Tijuana because we don't want to keep our parts here in the States if it's going to shut down, because we're going to have to close our production lines.
Atlas isn't the only company keeping an eye on Washington. Toyota sent 10 News a statement saying in part, quote, they urge all parties to work together to avert a border closing that would result in significant disruptions to the North American auto industry. Sony says they're aware of the issue but don't comment on political activity. President Trump hasn't definitively said if he'll close the border. On Tuesday, the administration was considering only stopping foot traffic at certain crossings or keeping commercial lanes open for imports and exports. Back in Otay, Pedro Arena has no choice but to wait and see what happens.
We just have to prepare and take it as it comes because there's nothing we can do on our end.
And several truck drivers I spoke to this evening say they're already seeing a delay at the border. They say a wait time of usually 2 to 3 hours is already up to at least 5. Reporting from Otay, Laura Acevedo, 10 News.
2 to 3 is tough enough. CBP explains that the lane reduction in Otay Mesa is due to the deployment of hundreds of CBP officers from across the nation. It's what they call a humanitarian and border security crisis along the southwest border.